Limits of the Flesh, Chapter 5, Fantasy Fiction by Azazyel. Well, besides the whole fertility thing and being more long-lived, they really aren't any different from humans if one can control the sin they are attached to. I mean, Rias was the perfect example of a sloth devil with the way she had been sitting on her whole engagement issues. Not that I blame her, as I certainly loved to procrastinate to the point of self-destruction. And honestly, the whole devil fertility issues were of absolutely zero concern for me and my Bio-Kinesis, as I could actually literally impregnate Rias by making out with her, by making my DNA travel to her womb, unless she had some active magical birth control. Though how stable a woman's egg inseminated by DNA carried by saliva of all things was debatable even to my power-granted biological instincts for how that would work out. So, you don't believe in the whole church's dogma about devils being all of the world's evils? Rias asked jokingly, making little quotation marks with her fingers at calling devils evil. Just like humanity, devils have their own issues, as no race or government is perfect. But in essence, I don't have any particular feelings for or against devils, so long as they do right by me. I explained, shrugging as I munched on the little cookies that Aquino brought over. While Rias and Aquino both thought over my words, I took a sip of the tea Aquino made and hummed in delight at the taste, as surprisingly it was a more European sweet tea, which was great, as the bitter green teas so favored here in Japan were in the firmly meh territory. "Thank you for the great drinks and snacks, Aquino," I said as I gently set down the teacup that I drained of tea. Having broken Aquino and Rias from their thoughts, Aquino asked me, as a great host would, if I would like any more. "Jake, would you care for another cup of tea or something else?" I shook my head, not wanting her to go to the trouble despite the great taste of the tea. "Well, anyway, I hope that clears up your questions about how I feel about your peerage. But anyway, what's hell like anyway?" I asked, as I wasn't really aware of how the whole punished souls of the damned fit here in DXD with how all the pantheons were a thing, including their own afterlives. Rias then gave me an abridged explanation that the souls of the damned humans of the Abrahamic faith didn't even go to the devil's part of hell anymore, as the devils had no use for the souls, as they had no control of them without trading for them during when the human was alive. So instead of sitting on a bunch of evil souls they had no use for, they switched the flow of the souls to the Greek and other pantheons for certain benefits. While Rias explained that, I couldn't help but wonder if the whole evil souls having nowhere to go in the Abrahamic faction was because God had died, and he may have never managed to finish a system for such souls after he built heaven and the whole sacred gear system.